Hey, today I'm going to be talking a little bit about creation, just my thoughts on art and making things that feel right to you. I feel like creation is a very vital part of everyone, and you may not even realize that it's true for you, but it is. Like, even just if you play a sport, in the moment when you think of what play you're going to do, that's creation, that's art. So, there may be some very obvious artists watching this. There may be some people that think they're not artists at all who think they don't create, but it truly is. I'm reading this book by Rick Rubin. It's The Creative Act, A Way of Being. It's a just interesting book about creativity and how to find creativity and what it means. But he said that everything's creation. Like even just conversation, whatever you talk to your friend about is creation. Because if you hadn't brought that up, it wouldn't be created. It wouldn't be a thing. So yeah, everyone creates, and I think it's very vital part of being a human. If you don't create anything and all you do is consume, personally, I just feel like rot. I feel like my brain's rotted. I feel terrible and just gray and slouchy. But when I make things, I feel great. But I don't feel great making everything. I wanted to talk about how whatever you're making should give you peace. When you make it, you should feel like that's what you are trying to get out there, and you should feel peaceful about it. And it should just feel good to make whatever you're making. I know a lot of times I've tried to force my way through making something that I think will make money, and I use my creative art onto something that I think will make money, and it's not something that I actually like making. It's not something that gives me peace at all, especially when I curate that art form into however it would make more money. And I think it's just important to realize that whatever you make should give you peace. I know I was working on some digital product, just side hustle, internet BS, until yesterday when I made my first video, and that first video really did give me peace. I really liked talking and just getting my thoughts and feelings out there. It felt pretty relieving to, I guess, leave them behind. There's nothing really bad, but it's nice to clear your head sometimes. Yeah, I feel like the main reason I was inspired to make this video is just how I felt making that last video. I felt like that creation gave me so much more peace than any other creation I'd been doing all month. And it's important to find something like that, and there may be something more that gives me more peace than making videos. But you kind of just have to keep searching. And a big worry that most people have is like, what gives me peace, but will that give me money? And I really think, even though I don't have money, I really believe that the thing that actually feels good to make is the thing that will make you the most money. But yeah, I think following the things that actually make you feel good when you make them are important, and making a lot of things that make you feel good and let you get whatever you've been trying to let out there is so refreshing, and it really helps you just as a person learn who you are. I think creating is a good way to just advance yourself and become the next level of the person you want to become. Another reason I was inspired to make this is Frank Ocean. He's a big inspiration of mine. I have his poster right on my wall. But one of his songs he was making for his album Blonde, he recorded it 50 times. And he had one that his brother said he really liked it. And Frank just didn't use it because he said it didn't give him peace yet. And he just recorded the song a ton more times with a bunch of different instrumentals under it, just until that song really felt right to him and gave him peace. And that's White Ferrari is the song, and it's just an amazing song. And I think one of the reasons it's so beautiful is because you can kind of feel that the artist behind it, that's what they were trying to say, and they said it. And I think if you don't iterate and you don't try new things, or you don't try new things when you're not feeling peace about it, then you're never going to get to that point where your art and the things you make are truly valuable and beautiful. I think it's important to realize there are some forms of art that will not make you money, and if you want to go down the road where you're making money from something artistic, you have to find the next best fit, but you should continue doing whatever feels the best for you. Like if you love drawing, but you don't know any way you would ever make money with that, keep doing drawing while you find something else, but you really got to do whatever feels great to you. Even if that's just talking to people, even if that's just running or taking a walk, that's creation. If that gives you peace, you got to keep doing that while you do your other stuff. I feel like now that I realized I love making these videos, no matter what I'm going to be doing in the future, I still want to make a video per day, even if I don't post it, just to talk and let my feelings out. It helps me figure out what I'm trying to say inside when I make these videos, which is good for me. I enjoy it. I hope eventually people will enjoy it. I know my last one got 4 views, but it is what it is. That's how YouTube works. It was just a thumbnail of my face, so it wasn't the most clickbaity thing. I don't expect 1 million people to click on it. But yeah, life is just all about growth, and I think to grow you really have to create. And like I said, that can just be conversating with other people, but you really do have to be creating something to grow. And consuming is great too. People will say, it's terrible to watch TV shows or Netflix all the time or YouTube all the time, and that's true. But within moderation, it's so important to take in everything. There's so much out there that you can use just as material for the thing you're going to create. There's so much inspiration everywhere and so many good ideas that you have to be consuming as well. But I think there's a healthy balance to be made with the amount that you consume and then the amount you create. Because that way, if you're creating just as much as you're consuming, you're taking everything you've seen around you and making it into something. Rather than if you're creating more, you're making the same thing every time, it's uninspired, it feels terrible. And if you're consuming more, you also feel terrible because you're just letting all this stuff into your head and it just gets mushed in there. It gets just packed in. You can't even remember what actually it was. And it just feels like you've been a slop, is what I feel like. So I think it's great that if you're going to be consuming content or just stuff like that, movies, TV shows, Instagram, you should also be creating something, or like I said, talking about it with someone else. Make a YouTube video about it, or make a drawing that sort of has the feeling you had when you had watched something, or just recycle a joke you heard in a TV show. I think it's important to always be creating from the stuff we're consuming, because we're not original creatures. Everything we do is just, in my opinion, a big mashup of everything we've experienced and everyone we've ever met and everything like all the words that have been said to us. We're just a big mashup of that. And it's important to create from that and digest it and understand who you are. Anyways, I think that's all I had to talk about today. This book, The Creative Act by Rick Rubin, is great. I haven't finished it yet. When I do, I'll probably make some video, not like a book video, but just a video. I guess it would be a book video just about it. And if you're a creative person or just a person interested in life, just read it and just take it with a grain of salt. But there's some good ideas in there. Anyways, thank you for listening. Bye.